Los Angeles. Aaron Judge packed his bag Sunday evening, looked around the cramped visiting clubhouse at Dodger Stadium before walking out of the door, and broke into a grin. Finally, peace awaited. He was hounded all weekend by interview requests. Everyone wanted a piece of him. The New York Yankees were on national TV every game this weekend at Dodger Stadium. It was Apple TV Friday night, Fox on Saturday, and then Sunday night on ESPN. It's just part of the job, it's part of being captain of the Yankees, Judge told USA Today Sports after a 7-3 victory in front of a sellout crowd of 54,031. I'd rather take that load and that wear and tear than somebody else. I can take some of those distractions. I've been around the game for a little bit now, so I kind of know how to manage it. The hyped series was a rematch of last year's World Series, perhaps a cruel 3-day reminder of his calamity the last time they met in October. But to Judge, it was a beautiful affirmation of making the decisions of his career. I try to talk to everyone, the guys who aren't Yankees, Judge says, and tell them just how special this franchise is. And how special it is to play in front of these fans. They demand and they expect the best out of you every single night. It doesn't matter if it's a Monday game, a Tuesday game, or who we're playing. They expect you to go out there and win. They expect you to go out there and get a hit every at-bat. That's another reason why I wanted to come back and play for the Yankees. Just that expectation and that level of focus you need to have on a daily basis. It's one of a kind. So I try to tell everyone how special it is, especially at the All-Star game. There's nothing in the world like it. It's not easy, of course, playing on the biggest stage in baseball. Judge, 6'7", 282 pounds, can barely leave his hotel on the road. He went to go grab some coffee at Starbucks in Seattle 3 weeks ago, and the next thing he knew, dozens of fans mobbed him at the counter. I think if I was a little shorter, if you just give me 6'1", 6'2", Judge says, I could blend in a little bit. Throw on a Yankee cap and we can go. It's the height. The first thing they think when they see me, they think basketball player. And then they put 2 and 2 together. That's why I don't leave the hotel for the most part. I got a job to do on the road. I try not to explore too much. I can do that when I retire and check out these cities. It's just part of it when you play for the Yankees. The biggest franchise in sports. They're going to recognize you and cheer you no matter where you're at. Yet, if you make a mistake, no matter whether on the field or off, you're going to hear about it. Yankee fans constantly remind Judge that they still haven't won a World Series since 2009, and after losing to the Dodgers 4-1 in last year's World Series, with most of the angst directed towards Judge. It was rough the way it ended last year, it hurt, Judge softly says in the quiet of the Yankee clubhouse. Things happen. It's sports. You just try to put yourself in a better position next time so you don't have that sour taste in your mouth again. It was back in October, in the 5th inning of Game 5 of the World Series at Yankee Stadium, when the Yankees were rolling with a 5-0 lead. Ace Garrett Cole was on the mound, and they were set to fly out the next day to Los Angeles to prepare for Game 6 of the World Series. Enrique Hernandez was on first base when Tommy Edman hit a fly ball to center field. Judge camped under it, took a peek toward Hernandez, and it clanked off his glove. I thought it was an easy out, Edman said. The next thing anyone knew, the Yankees had unraveled and the game was tied. 4 innings later, the Dodgers were celebrating in the Bronx. Stuff like that happens, Judge says. I've just got to make the play. There were 5 other plays after that could have changed the course of that. Really, you kind of dismiss it right after the play happens. We still have the lead. Once the play is over with, there's nothing you can do about it. Go out and make the next play. That's what it really all comes down to. Judge spent the entire winter listening to people talk about it, the play becoming NFL memes during dropped passes, with even some Dodgers players mocking the Yankees' meltdown. What are you going to do? Judge says. People want to talk about it, do this and that. It happened. It happened. There's nothing that can change that. Well, Judge sure has found a way to make that memory fade away into the night, producing one of the greatest seasons in baseball history so far. He's hitting a Major League leading .391 with 21 homers, 50 RBIs, and a 1.249 OPS. His leading MLB in virtually every offensive category from on-base percentage, .485, to slugging percentage, .764, to WAR, 4.7. This isn't just a 2-month hot start, but a continuation of the past year, hitting .362 with a .482 on-base percentage, .746 slugging percentage, 1.228 OPS, 62 homers, 155 RBI, 139 runs, 437 total bases in his last 162 games. The last person to have at least 430 total bases in a full season was Hall of Famer Jimmy Fox in 1932. They need to call him up, Yankees bench coach Brad Osmer says. Yes, Osmer says emphatically, to another league. When Judge hit his second home run Saturday night off reliever Chris Stratton in the Dodgers' 18-2 rout, Dodgers manager Dave Roberts could only shake his head. It was more disbelief, and I felt Oklahoma with it, Roberts says. Apologies to Stratton, but I like superstars, so I was okay giving up a solo homer right there to watch him. It's really incredible. The batting average. I can appreciate the slug. I can appreciate the on-base. But the batting average for a right-hand hitter, that's something that really stands out to me. You just don't see that. When Judge was being interviewed on the Fox TV set Saturday, Hall of Famer David Ortiz told him, "I'm actually mad at you. You're making this game look like a joke." Judge is being asked nearly every single day about his rarefied numbers, but despite the hundreds of pre- and post-game interviews, Judge remains humbled. "I try to ignore it because you have to stay in the moment," Judge says. "If I was playing somewhere else, I could say, well, we're not in first place. We kind of stink. But at least I'm hitting well. But how I was raised, especially playing here with the Yankees, I don't care what you did yesterday. I don't care what you did last month. It's about what are you doing tonight. There have been games I had a walk-off homer the night before, but if I'm 0 for 4, then you're getting booed in your last at-bat. It kind of wakes you up about what's really important." Besides, Judge says, far too often people seem to be getting carried away, passing out superlatives as if baseball history goes back only as far as the pitch clock. "You want real greatness," he says, "check out Barry Bonds. You want to know the greatest right-hand hitters in the last 50 years, do yourself a favor and look at the numbers produced by Albert Pujols and Miguel Cabrera, particularly in the first 10 years of their career. People bring up stuff to me about stats and seasons and stuff," says Judge, "and I say, this doesn't even compare